Why the fuck can't we all just get along? We can and we do. For the most part. Don't let the internet make you think it's all burning down. Go out and talk with your neighbors. It's all good. Turn off the news. Most people are good people, we only hear about the bad ones. I think it stems from the fact that every person thinks they are superior to others. This in turn leads to them believing their opinions and interests are of greater importance than of others. Then, being social animals, these people tend to search for people having the same ideology and beliefs as their own. They tend to form larger groups to try and press others to believe their ideals. When others oppose, they are subjected to discrimination or abuse. The oppressed form a group amongst themselves and try to voice their opinions. This cycle keeps on continuing. Then, to add fuel to fire, come people who support neither but try to make personal gains of these tensions. Also, not to mention contrarians, people who have no staunch beliefs or opinions of their own, but they will anyways oppose the larger crowd just because they satisfy their ego from being rebels. Most of us can. Unfortunately, all races, cultures have outliers that are assholes and keep perpetuating the problems. My hope is that we can stop with the race culture clash stuff and move on to the next phase of our existence. Assholes. Everyone is equally capable of being an asshole. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Because damn collectivists keep forcing non-voluntary associations on me Just let me live in my cabin in the woods in peace, okay? I'd love to live in a cabin in the woods. Just be one with nature. Greater than just be one with nature and mosquitoes. The need for dominance, control, and to vent aggression often get in the way of peaceful coexistence. And then the Fire Nation attacked. I believe it's all based on subconscious insecurities. Humans existed for hundreds of thousands of years before they even started talking to each other. During this time it was very easy for you to die if you weren't part of a group or if you were attacked by another group for your resources so they could continue to survive. Therefore our minds learned that different humans are bad and they want what we have. This is kinda still in the back of our minds today. Living that way for hundreds of thousands of years would do that to us. Only 12,000 years ago was when humans started farming and we realized that we didn't need to worry about surviving day to day because we could stockpile our resources. However, that didn't stop invasions and attacks from neighboring tribes as agriculture resulted in population boom and more food than ever was needed. So we clearly carried on psychological beliefs and behaviors from previous humans. So I see the problem today as a lot of those subconscious beliefs still existing today, and a lack of mental health awareness and psychological education is why they do. If you raise a kid today to understand mental health and to accept themselves for who they are much more likely to accept others too. My opinion. If you want to look at the happiest societies in the world, for example, most would agree that the Scandinavians have it best with their great social welfare systems and free education. What's different about them? They live very far north, resulting in very few hours of daylight during winter months. This leads to depression, which they have had to learn about and understand, causing them to have much more of an awareness of themselves and therefore others. I believe this is why they are doing so well now. And if every child received a good education in mental health from a young age, it could solve almost all our problems, including why we can't all just get along. Fantastic answer, thank you. Humans are tribalistic by nature. The rise of social media kinda magnified the issue. Brainwashing. Because you fucking knew I wanted that last slice of cake and you ate anyways. The cake is a lie though. Now the cake is smeared all over your face, SMH. Everyone is making it seem like it wasn't just the police that caused this. A lot of people are scrutinizing white people who have nothing to do with this and saying that they need to fix the problem. Monsieur, it's not anybody's problem but the police's. That's the problem that needs to be fixed. Tribalism that we eat up like perfect little sheep. Nice sentiment, but the world will never run out of evil people. Unfortunately, you are correct. Superiority complexes. Greed, jealousy, lust, wrath, hate. Because yin and yang, and for every action there is an opposite reaction. Like this comment. Some PPL would agree or disagree on it. Honestly, I will be fucking freak out if I wake tomorrow where everyone in the world is smiling good to each other's and shit. Tribalism, greed, stupidity. Take your pick. Because of a mindset that, if we're not happy, why should we let other people be happy? Because fuck you. That's why. Most people lack empathy. Then there are also a bunch who are self-centered. Because of greed. The hermetic principle of polarization. Most people are fooled into believing they must be polarized to one side or the other on most issues, which is the basis of the two-party political system, and is how the masses are so easily controlled. America currently has a president who is instilling in us against the mentality in everyone, which is not what a leader should do. I'm not American, for the record. There are so many nice, caring people out there, but the media has shoved all this negativity into our faces. 'Cause I can't have shit in Detroit. What's wrong with Detroit? Its economy collapsed when the American automotive industry globalized. What else does Detroit have to offer? Apart from a collapsed automotive industry, are there mountains, lakes, anything? Very curious. Lots of abandoned property. Some really awesome mid-century architecture. The people are pretty friendly once you manage to crack the hard case. I will have to Google Detroit. I want to dig deeper and find out more about it. Did you get the joke? People that unironically say are whoosh, because people want different things and not all wants are compatible with each other. Because people suck. Because 1,000 people are fighting for control on who robs America's coffers. In short, it's greed. Always has been. 'Cause I hate you all and humanity must be erased. Aren't there good things in the world though? Yes, this world is beautiful and amazing and humans have made things of pure wonder. I'm just edgy. I think a lot of people are edgy at the moment, totally understandable. In the world, yes. Not so much in America, Thoifin. My opinion is that we can't all get along because we've got to a point where everyone wants to be seen as somehow more special than someone else, and that humans ultimately think we matter more than we actually do. Literally nothing about your genetic makeup, politics, religion, lifestyle choices, opinions, etc. makes you any more or less special than anyone else inhabiting this giant rock in space. Mostly ego. People find comfort in the ego-feeding power of things like racism and classism. It's a symptom of individuals who cannot accept the cold fact that you are completely meaningless. And your ego means shit doesn't matter if you are white, rich, or any other thing to get excited about. But people will cling on to those feelings of their skin color or bank account or family history as selling points to their greatness, even if the death of us all. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Why can't we be friends? Life is a series of experiences which induce axioms, and when those axioms conflicts between individuals, they can't communicate properly, since they don't need, want, or accept the same things in life. Because those other guys who look and act just like us, and believe almost the same thing as us are total dicks. Why can't you see that and respect my point of view? You're just like them. At the state level, incentive systems. Since complex societies have existed, there has struggle between polities from the tiniest of tribes and city-states to the largest of states to be powerful or be eaten by other states. In the pre-industrial world, capital growth was essentially flat and growing wealth and industry was not often as good a means of achieving power as fighting and taking in population. More better land and defensible geography. It's pretty simple. Back then it was outcompete your neighbors or you die. best way to compete was conquest. Nations that consolidated conquests better grew stronger, which led to the Darwinian evolution of means of control like state-controlled religions, genocide, caste systems and serfdom. Monsieur, this isn't set in stone though. Inclusive political institutions like democracy and well-regulated capitalism can lead to stronger, more stable states than authoritarian ones. Modern capitalism in particular is important to the decline of war, as far more growth can be achieved through private enterprise and free trade, which war disrupts, than fighting war for territory or vassal states, which is high cost, high risk and can be politically destabilizing if lost. Simply put, on the global level, state conflict has declined immensely because wealth is not almost zero-sum any more, altering the incentive system states live in. Because we are human. It's human nature. Everyone is focused on individual ideals, causing moral and united ideals to be placed in lesser priority than united ideals. For example, cash, individual ideal, is more important to a lot of people, businesses, than staying home and keeping COVID-19 from spreading. United ideal, they are opening things a bit quickly. Right. Same goes for racism. Power, individual ideal of government, police, is more important than equality. United ideal. I hope that answers your question. I would like to add that people can almost always be good people if they just try and ignore, suppress human nature. Many people do so, like many grandparents, common people, and children. For example, there will always corrupt individuals, groups of people who pursue individual ideals. Thank you for that answer. I think you hit the nail on the head there. Because it's hard to take differences into account and act in a way so that the demands of all the reasonable differences are met in a desirable way. You don't have to look at the differences between two conflicting groups of people. Just think of the many complex and conflicting emotions and desires within an individual and the difficulty in working out a solution. Replicate that huge mass of complexity across billions of individuals. Make everyone's personality far more elusive to others than it is to themselves. And then add to that all sorts of biases. Perhaps that explains it. It's not exactly that we all can't get along. Rather, it's a very, very difficult problem, monsieur. Great reply. So many different opinions. We're self-entitled narcissists that demand the best with the least amount of contribution. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.